Hey there, mighty mini truckers, and welcome to the channel.
Samson, the mighty sandbar.
Here on the channel, Samson and I are trying to become one of your premier sources or resources for all things related to K-trucks and JDM vehicles. Well, recently we got a couple of questions here on the channel, and they both pertain to the recent install of the hitch receiver to the front of Samson. People are wanting to know, hey, how's it worked out? Have you tried it? So instead of me telling you about it, today what we're going to do, we got a beautiful day outside. We're going to go ahead and go on the outside and show you exactly what he can do. Grab that favorite cup of joe, sit back and relax, buckle up, and let's go. As you can see, it's just another beautiful day here in the mountains of North Carolina. I mean, look at those North Carolina blue skies. Yep, Tar Heel blue. Of course, here's Samson. He's out here enjoying this beautiful, bright, sunny day. I'm going to put front here, and as you can see, I've already slid in the bar hitch with the ball mounted on it, and as you can see, I had to turn that over. The height of the camper that we're going to be hooking up to Samson this morning is just a little bit taller, so I went ahead and swapped that out and switched it around. So now that we want that camper to be just a tad bit more level when we pull it. Okay, so today what we're going to hook to the front of Samson is my 1978 Apache Mesa hard-sided pop-up camper. By specs, this camper weighs about 1,550 pounds. Now, of course, with these two liquid propane gas tanks on the front of it, and of course I've got camping supplies, and I've also got some other supplies on the inside of the camper. It probably weighs more around 1,750 pounds. Now that we've got Samson hooked up, let's go ahead and hitch him up to the camper. Now we're on a little bit of a slope here, so I don't really have to use first gear to get him there. So all I'm going to do is just let the parking brake off and just let him drift down slowly. Well, no, I'm going to have to use it. Okay. Try to get him centered up here. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of it, but we'll go ahead and get him hooked up here in just a second. Okay, now that we've gotten the ball centered to the tongue of the camper, let's go ahead and drop that down onto the ball and get him latched up. As you can see, I've already lifted up the lock. Make sure that's up in the up position. Okay, we're gonna make sure he's fully centered up. Yep. Okay, that's got that. Make sure you get that locked up. So he's getting locked up. Now, I know that we're only going to be moving him back and forth, but just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and hook the chains up to the receiver. You never want to have an accident, even if it's in your own driveway, especially since this camper's on the slope. I don't feel like having to pull it out of the back of my backyard. Okay, that should be all hooked up. All right. Samson's all hooked up to the camper. Camper hooked up to Samson. I'm going to go ahead and drop it into reverse. Let off the brake. All right, and here we go. And I must say, very effortlessly. No problems there at all. Here, all I'm doing is slowly maneuvering the camper into a pretty fairly tight spot with this little setup, just so you can see that it's quite manageable. While I'm moving the camper back into its original place next to my boat, I forgot to mention that the factory tow capacity is stated at 1,300 pounds for the Sandbar K truck. So I wouldn't recommend towing anything beyond the 1,300 pounds at any long distances with your K truck. And I'd also factor in the receiver weight of 350 pounds at the tongue. Well, as you can tell, these little trucks with their 660cc motors have enough torque to pull even that 1,750-pound camper with all its equipment in it. And it was very easy for me to maneuver that camper around, backing up, moving forward. You know, if I had to get them into a tight spot, which I showed, very easy. You know, it's a little different than backing up. Of course, you've got your mirrors to where you can check all the time. But even out front, once you get used to it, it's not a problem. This is the second time that I've used Samson in order to maneuver and move that camper out of the way. Now, as you can tell, this receiver and ball hitch hookup is still solid, hasn't moved, so it's also up to the task. Folks, if you have any questions, comments, please leave those in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button. And please subscribe to the channel. And if you don't want to miss out on any of our up and coming videos or content, don't forget to ring that notification bell. As we say here on the channel, get outside, enjoy the great outdoors, especially on a pretty day like today. Take a child fishing or camping. Be safe, happy trails, and ciao.